Okay, I want to stay on this topic of not knowing that I'd been raped while asleep. I didn't figure that out till I was 65 years old. And let me show you how devastating that was in my life if I can. Try to start exploring that in words. I was just talking about how all the way back in high school, I'm with these kids, okay, and never mind that I'm their alpha male project to get the Fox badge in Cub Scouts, or the whatever the badge it is Boy Scouts, or the Silver Star in Army soldiering. Okay, that I'm the prize ahead once they do me good, as they can see. I can be done, right? The way lions are watching the herd go by, and here's my next meal right there. They don't have any problem identifying it. Well, these kids identify me as I'm the Fox badge you're going to get to become full-fledged macho men. Okay, there's their ticket to macho land, right there. So they got me right there. Okay, now with what I just said, I have now forgotten what I wanted to talk about. Okay, here it is again. I'm with them, and I said, never mind all that, okay? And they're saying to me, because I get this bad, terrible sunburn, like a 3rd-degree burn. That's what it was, that bad. And I'm saying to these guys, well, I better go see my parents. So they said, they're here. I said, yeah. Where are they staying? At the Fontainebleau Hotel. Now, for those who don't know what the Fontainebleau Hotel is, if you've seen the movie Goldfinger, okay, when the movie starts out and Goldfinger's there playing cards, poolside at this fancy hotel, I think that may be the Fontainebleau Hotel where that's set. Now, it is the setting for a Jerry Lewis movie. I think the movie is called, oh, I wish I knew, The Bellhop or something like that. Okay, so it's a very famous, very fancy hotel. So these guys are saying, you're here with us when you could be at the Fontainebleau Hotel. They're like amazed. What the hell are you doing here? Okay, so I don't know that I'm being severely abused the way I am. I'm being abused clearly, psychologically, in every other way, but I don't know the depth of it, okay, and how serious it is. I don't know that I'm a mark for these to get the Fox badge in Macho Land. I don't know that I'm that. This kind of thing is happening to me all over the place, right? Because I don't know I'm being raped while asleep. So I go out in the world to escape the abuse I'm suffering at home. And I go out in the world and I don't have an explanation. There's no marks on my face or my body, no bruises. There's no stories of I got the hell beaten out of me with a baseball bat or anything. There's nothing like that. I have nothing to justify the revulsion I feel for the family life that I've been growing up in. So people don't get it. We don't get this. What do you mean? Why aren't you at the Fontaine? Your father's getting an award? Okay, this is like what happens in the movie North by Northwest, right? This guy, Roger Thornhill, he's being abducted by these spies, and the police come and they're questioning, right? And they say to one of the spies, well, where's Mr. Townsend? This woman is a liar and a spy, just like Roger Thornhill is telling the police, and they're not believing him. So they say, where is Mr. Townsend? Yeah, we'd like to talk to him. She said, well, you can't do that. He said, why is that? He's addressing the General Assembly at the United Nations. So what do they say? Oh, we're sorry, ma'am. No, that'll be all right. And Roger Thornhill said, you're just going to let this drop? He said, and his mother comes and said, Roger, pay the $2. He's got the problem, right? So there's an example of what I faced all over the place, right? Why aren't you at the Fontainebleau? Your father's even getting an award. Why aren't you there? Like I said, I don't have any bruises all over my face. I got no stories about how the father was holding a gun to my head or something and threatening to shoot me. I don't have anything like that to tell. The father has gone out and done this, that, and the other. No, there's nothing. I have nothing. Okay. But I have this extreme aversion to this family life that I've been in that's been treating me so cruelly from birth on. I don't have anything to show for it, and there it is. I'm being raped while asleep. And prior to these rapes, okay, I get a 5 or 6 hour drubbing at the hands of a drunken father. Well, people say, so what? We got that too all the time. But you got that, and then you got raped while you were asleep. You got that too, huh? Well, in the Color Purple, a book that won awards for the writer, you assume that the character in that book, who each chapter of the book is titled "Dear God," I think, right, as I recall, and that character there, like the narrator, as far as I recall, the main character, she was being raped all the time by her minister father. He's in there raping her. Okay, but she's conscious, though. She knows this is happening. She's not asleep or anything. So, when we read her book, we say, yeah, this is horrible. My God, you're in there. This man is on top of you. It's your father. He's raping you. This is horrible. We understand. But you're me. You're a man being male raped. Is that worse or is it the same? I think male rape is a pretty horrible fate for a man. But, as I say, these sufferings that people go through, when they pass a certain threshold, you can't compare them. So I'm going to say a man who's male raped, is worse off than a woman who's raped. You can't say such things, okay? And I'm not saying that. However, we can understand when we read The Color Purple just how horrible it is that this woman must be suffering to go through that kind of thing when she's growing up, right? We all agree that we understand, right? But you're me. You're being male raped repeatedly under these horrific psychological circumstances you're living under. And you don't know what's happening. But it is happening, and people can see it written all over you. They see it written all over you. I can't say it any better. So you're going out in the world, and they say, what are you doing here? Why this, why that? When you come here, but you're not a queer and so on. We don't get you. Get out. There's the door, okay? So you cannot make it trying to escape this horrible fate that you've been thrown into because you don't get it. You yourself don't know what's happening. Well, it took me till 65 to figure it out. Now, along those years was incredible suffering and abuse by the society I was trying to run to for what people run to others for: friendship, love, work, recognition. I was getting nothing. Getting nothing but rejection and punishments, imprisonments, this kind of thing. Ostracism, mockery, every kind of abuse you can imagine, right? And I'm not telling the truth. Well, when I finally did get a job around the age of 40, what did I do? I sat at my desk and didn't say a word to anyone for 20 years. Not a word, okay? No conversations. I stayed at that desk. Now, where is the proof that I did that? I got a pinched nerve on either side of the base of my spine from sitting there in that one position, not budging, staying right there. There's the proof that I did what I'm saying I did to get through those years, because if I had said anything, I wouldn't have gotten through. If I'd have done anything normal, I would have never made it through those years. Okay? So all those years, I had no idea that I had been being raped the way I was while growing up. So I wandered through life this way, rejected everywhere and not understanding why. And this is all fine with you all folks, right? You don't get it. There's no marks, there's no bruises on my face. There's no stories about I was held at gunpoint or tied up and so on by a malicious father who chained me to a bed so didn't feed me. There's nothing there. He's an award-winning medical doctor. And so you don't get me at all and you're punishing me for inappropriate behavior and the rest of it. Well, I've been trying, like I said, I'm going to try to put some of this stuff in words of what it's been like for me to have been raped while asleep and not knowing that it happened. And so even today, what are you going to do? People are going to believe, they don't believe that to this day. And I'm going to go out in the world and get so-called help for this. I am not going to do that. I got a lifetime experience with the people in that profession. And I want thousands of miles between me and them for the remainder of my life, and I'm going to make it. Why? Because I'm an old man now, and I don't have that much time left. I'll make it to the end the way I say I'm going to do. So I'm trying to put some things in words here. I don't know how well I did, but I tried.